I don't give a shit.
Wow.
I'm telling you that for free.
Wow.
I'm telling you that for free. The only people, I have 2 siblings now. Those are my siblings.
As a man, I would never like to be deprived of seeing my child in.
Okay.
So in that regards, I understand you may dislike him or whatever, but you cannot deprive a son from seeing his father based on your own prejudice or dislike with the man.
It'll be peak because obviously my mind will be saying like, fuck that nigga. Like, ain't no son, B.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the Gist Talk Show.
Hello.
My name is Chris.
And my name's Christy.
Right, let's be serious. Welcome to the Gist Talk Show. This is a new segment called Gist Us, where we answer your dilemmas. So if you do have any serious questions that you would like us to discuss or answer and give you the most impartial and honest advice that we could give, send them into
info@thegisttalkshow.com.
Yeah, right, cool. Let's get cracking. First scenario.
I was with my boyfriend for 4 years. Things were going great. I loved him and we even have a son together. Cute. However, I found out that during the last year of our relationship, he was cheating on me. Okay.
I've just found out that he's in a relationship with a girl he was cheating on me with. I know from social media, stalking, in that year, he was cheating on me. They had a child together.
Oh.
With ex. Well, now my ex is telling me that he wants to have my son more frequently so he can bond with his little brother.
My problem is that I haven't completely gotten over the betrayal, and quite frankly, I don't want my son around that home wrecker, but I understand that it's his brother. What should I do?
I think you should go first because you have no decorum. Go on.
What?
You have no decorum. Go on.
That's not even fair.
Come on.
I have decorum actually, but let's get cracking. This one's very techie, man. I personally, as a man, I would never like to be deprived of seeing my child in it.
Okay.
So in that regards, I understand you may dislike him or whatever, but you cannot deprive a son from seeing his father based on your own prejudice or dislike with the man. Like, you can't let your child get wrapped up in your own personal problems.
Wait, I'm not deep in it.
Can we just bow our heads in prayer for one of these? Because
I'm not deep in it. I've been my boyfriend for 4 years.
that's a hot question. Like, that's mad. So not only was he cheating on you in the last year of your relationship, but he also had a son with the woman, and now he's even in a relationship with the woman.
And he's now saying, now my ex is telling me that he wants to have my son.
More.
Yeah.
You have some bloody nerve to tell me that you want my son to spend more time with who? With his other son, isn't it?
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, my son doesn't have another sibling.
You can't do that.
I don't
You
care.
can't do that.
I don't care.
Yeah, you can't do that. That's your child. That's your child's brother. I'm
Whose
sorry.
brother?
That's your child's brother. That's your child's sibling. I'm not gonna keep my child away from their sibling. Like, regardless. Sorry, you're
Yeah,
even
but I'm
having
sorry,
that. Why is she
lying.
all on the other girls?
You're lying
the other
because
kids?
a girl that your man cheated with, who he lied about, you
But
now
if I
find
love
out-
my kid, but I'm sorry, when you have a kid,
your
that's a
kid,
boyfriend
your
thing.
kid doesn't know this child exists. So
He does. She said wants to have him over more frequently, which means that he
no,
really knows.
now my ex is telling me that he wants to have my son more frequently so he can bond with his little brother. My
Yeah.
son doesn't know that he has another brother.
He does, because he wants him more frequently.
No, the ex wants the son so he can bond with his little brother.
That you may hate the husband or the ex or whatever the person is to you, but don't let that be stand in the way of your child, having a bond with his father first and foremost, because
I agree with that.
I believe a family is made up of, mum and dad. They may not be together, but the child needs both aspects for it to. So ideally, you know what I mean?
This is one of this. Sorry, yeah. But
It's mad.
yeah, that's a bit political. Because I'm thinking, God forbid, if I was in a situation such as that,
Don't be snapping.
it'll be peak because obviously my mind will be saying like, fuck that nigga. Like, ain't no son, B.
That he has another brother.
Listen, whether you know the child or not, you can get to know him.
Okay. I feel like just saying my son doesn't need to know him.
That's selfish on your child's part.
How is it selfish? He doesn't even know that guy, the little child exists.
Your sibling.
I'm
Your-
sorry,
the
that
child
guy
is
cannot
sibling.
eat his cake and have it. You cheated on. You had a child.
That's
with
so
me.
petty. Oh my god.
Yeah, let him pay. You cheated on. Wait, you had a child with me. Then you cheated on me with the girl that I was weary about.
But I'm not
had
weary,
a
what's
child
my
together. Had a child with the girl, and now you want to come and play. You're already doing happy family. That's already burning. You now want to add my
It's
son
not
to the
burdening me.
equation.
It's not burdening me because if I'm not with you, obviously not, you cheated on me. Good riddance to you. But at the end of the day, we have a kid together. I have to be a bigger person and let my child.
You
go
can
with
see
other
my
person.
child. I'm not saying you
Simple.
can't see the child. I would never
Yeah.
like keep the child away from the father. But what does that other one have to do with it?
I think it's good for the child to like at least bond with his little brother, because at the end of the day, if you stop your son seeing his father, you're basically setting him up to be like his father. Do you know what I mean? Like maybe following the same steps as his father. I'm not saying he's gonna be like his father, but following the same steps. So
Hey,
you being the sorry, so you being the bigger person, and like I know he cheat. No, because I'm feeling like no, but come on, like I've been cheated on, and it's not nice.
But at the same time, it's like you have to think of the child. Is it a son? Do they have a son together? Yeah. You have to think. Yeah, they've got a son, and then him and the side thing had a son. You have to think of like the children in this situation.
Yeah, man.
It's just like some love and hip hop shit. Like,
I actually don't understand.
my opinion
If
is.
you want to come, no. If you want to come to the house to come and see your son, you're more than welcome.
Wait.
Yeah, go on.
So, for example,
Yeah.
one of your parents has a kid with someone else.
Okay.
But let's just say, for example, your dad has a kid with someone else,
Yeah.
right? And your mum knows,
Yeah.
but you have another sibling out there, you wouldn't want to get to know your sibling.
I don't give a shit.
Wow.
I'm telling you that for free.
Wow.
I'm telling you that for free. The only
Really?
people I have 2 siblings now. Those are my siblings.
Not me, boy.
That's
Sorry.
it. Like I actually don't.
I would
care.
want to know my other sibling. Just saying.
Yeah, but even now, okay, if you say at that age now, like, we're like what, 23? The child is 4. What does he need to know that other sibling for?
That's a child's sibling. That's another.
I feel
that's
like,
another
I'm not
thing.
gonna lie, I feel like I'll be petty initially.
I don't think I'll be.
Listen, I'm telling
Personally.
you, baby girl.
Baby girl, listen to me.
Okay, listen
Love
to
your
me.
kid. Let your child bond with their sibling. At the end of the day, that's their sibling. You can't take that away. That's never going to disappear. So you might as well, the sooner you start dealing with it, the sooner you'll be able to get over it. The petness will fade.
But yeah, the fact that he's cheated and he's had a child, it's not the child's fault. The other child's fault. Do you know what I mean? So I think you should like be the bigger person, let go of the grief as well. Because obviously, if you're not letting go, you're just making it hard for you. So you're carrying the burdens. Lift that off your shoulder. Let the son bond with his little brother, and you don't even talk to the guy. Like he's just.
You need to keep the kids together at the end of the day, regardless of how you feel about your ex or his girl. It's about your son, to be honest. So
Now let me tell you what you should be doing. What you need to do is he doesn't need to. If he wants to see your child and bond with
It's
your
not-
child, please don't listen to
I'm
him.
missing it. I think I'm missing
If
it. I'm missing it.
your ex wants to see his child, that's fine. Never like keep the father away from the child. All that extra, he wants to see his step sibling, you get out of here. That doesn't need to happen. If the child then decides maybe later on when he's older, like, oh yeah, I want to get to know my sibling, fair enough. The child, how old is their child?
But you've missed out on everything. The siblings missed out on the whole other sibling's life.
He's not missing out. Like, I don't understand. They don't
That's
live,
not fair, you
but
know.
they don't live together. They live 2 separate lives. So why does he need to know that other sibling?
Because it's his sibling.
I mean, there's another problem as well. I mean, why were you doing social media stalking? You're just looking for trouble that way. But I mean, that's me as a guy being
Yeah.
a guy. I mean, but
Maybe she still has feelings for the guy. Really? Because social media stalking, that's serious, you know.
yeah, but everybody, like a lot of people.
No, oh wait. I know for social media stalking, like in that year he was cheating on me. Also, she had an assumption, so she went to do her investigating.
Yeah, you might want to be doing Inspector Morse and come up with more troubles for yourself. That's your business.
Maybe express yourself about how you feel about everything to him.
Obviously, she's not going to be happy.
Yeah.
Like,
But just get off your chest first. Sometimes that helps.
yeah.
And then go from there and put procedures in place to see what can be
Basically,
done.
yeah.
I know it's easier said than done, and I can say, you know, oh yeah, do this and that. But obviously, if you're still harboring that feeling at the end of the day, it's not going to be easy. So yeah, you need to put stuff in place to try, you know, get rid of the feelings and then, overcome the situation. And you can go from there. Yeah, but yeah, pray for me.
Trust.
It's not that deep. My
Agree
child.
to
Can
disagree.
I say something? Agree to disagree. Because
Agree to
if that was
disagree.
me, my child's not gonna die not knowing that this other sibling doesn't. He won't die. It's not gonna take anything from my child's life. Maybe when my child's a bit older and understands what's going on. Why am I explaining to a little child? Like, let's say my child is like 3. Oh yeah, this is your other sibling. Like, you know.
Yeah.
The child would be confused. They'd be
It wouldn't be. That's like you.
wrong.
No, that's like you saying you give birth,
You're
and then
telling
your
me a
child has
3-year-old.
another sibling.
Your 3-year-old will
It'll
be
like- it'll
confused why they have another sibling and you're not the mum. A 3-year-old.
They'll understand.
No, they wouldn't understand. That's what I'm saying. That's all caps of piggy haggle rubbish nonsense. So as far as I'm concerned, maybe when the child's a bit older, then they can make that decision. But as for now, when you want to see your child, you come and see the child in the house. And you can call me petty, but when you were cheating on me, you weren't thinking about that, were you? Right. So
Anyway, look, we've had to answer the question. The question only is, she doesn't want to be on the homework of what she should do. Bruv, let the child see the dad. It's
Yeah.
like,
As hard as it
it's his
can
child as
be.
much as your child. So unless you
Yeah.
dislike him and he's cheating on you for the last year,
It's not your child's fault. Like the kids, they don't know what's going on, so
can't deprive your child
Yeah, let
of seeing his father.
let them bond.
I genuinely believe that.
Yeah. I think that's what you should do.
you have to let me call it petty, but I'm sorry. You can't cheat on me and walk away scot-free.
You don't love your kid.
I do. No, don't ever say that. I don't love. Don't let it
You don't love your kid?
let it make you think that you don't
You
love
don't
your
love your
child
kid?
because you keeping that child not knowing about that other sibling is not. That doesn't say anything about how you love your child. It's not taking anything away from them.
But you have another sibling. Do you know what I'm saying? Anyway,
It's not my own child.
You
That's
know what
I
I
know.
said? This girl, don't listen to that. You know what I said.
Listen, from
That's the
what
right
I
way.
can see, from
That's
what
the
I can
right
see,
way.
from what I
Bye.
can see,
Bye.
gang sign.
You can't do that.
I don't care.
You can't do that.
I don't care.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the Gist Talk Show.
So it's still in that year.